everybody? We're over into another day on the build. I didn't record yesterday evening because it's just the same old thing, tying steel. I didn't record this morning because I was up there on top of steel and we're laying out for all the plumbing pipes. So I'm measuring, trying to hold a piece of paper, pencil, you know, tape measure, all that good stuff. So I didn't want to deal with the camera on top of that. So right now it's over. To the following day. It's in the afternoon right now, and I'm gonna go up here and lay out for the dowels that are gonna stick up where the walls are gonna be and show them where all that needs to be tied off, and I'll show you where we set up for the plumbing on it, getting it roughed in. Cap come hung out with me today. We ran into the city and went to S&R. I was glad to get this good cheese. This is some Monterey Jack right here, real cheese. And I picked up Alaska fresh milk. Picked up a case of that because this is all still part of my carnivore diet, even though I have not had no cheese in almost 2 months now. I bought ground meat and some ribeyes there also. Man, I don't know if they're as good as the ones I used to get. I hadn't bought any of that in a while. I don't like go to S&R all the time. I think the last time I had went was back in like February. So I did go today though, about just bare minimum. I mean, when I said all I got was milk, cheese, ground meat, and some little packaged ribeyes. That was it. That was it. So they're continuing on getting all the steel tied here. The steel coming up from the columns, we're not gonna have columns up in these walls. And this is gonna be a front wall going across here. So the additional 3, I even bend them over. He bent them over and spread them out here. And they just come tied into the floor. And you see it all spread out, one that way, here. Spread out. I'll be with you in just a second there. Actually, I want to pull a nylon across this front here in a minute. There's the shower drain pipe. It's just stubbed through. It's a toilet. And then over into another room again, shower, sink, toilet, and again, shower, sink, toilet, and that being the end down there. And Joelle's waiting for me here to pull a string, and we're gonna set where the front wall is gonna be so we can set dowels and all in between. I'm gonna need a tape measure. Maybe that one. How long is yours? We need to go from back there up here. You go to the back there, right to the inside of the form. Yeah, right against the wood, yeah. So, 208 with the wall. I'm gonna measure something up here too. So we're setting nylons here, representing exactly where a finished wall is at. Then we're gonna have a sliding glass door right here. And we're leaving a corner, putting a foot over in the corner. Then the 6-foot sliding glass door starts. And I'll be showing you how to do some of these openings too when we get ready to cast the walls to keep it from cracking. And we'll cover that later on here in the build. But right now, these nylons, we pull them tight and accurate so they represent exactly where everything's going to be and straight. And that way we can start measuring down through here and get all of our dowel rods in. And they're working across back there, getting that steel tied across the back. So I'm not doing a double matting on this steel. Now over on the house, we did a double matting, meaning we put a layer of steel down like this, then we spaced up and we did another layer above it. But everything's so close together here. The distances across here, the spans, they're not very far between all these beams. And instead of using 10 mm or anything like that, we're using this 12. We're putting it on 6-inch here. It's going to be plenty strong. So there's no other heavy structures going over the top or anything else like that. It's just going to be these 4-inch walls, the end, then with a metal roof. So it just didn't need to get that crazy on it. Now we're on the house, it was a different story. We had some wider spans across those rooms that some of them, the spans across were like like 15 foot or so, about what it is from this beam over to that beam over there. Then we had a big open space, and because of that we needed to really make that floor strong across there. So on that one we did a double matting, and we put some additional bars, you can kind of call them like torsion bars, across in there, some 16s, and then we torqued them using that bender after we got them tied in and pull them really tight. But with these just so close across right here between each one, no big spans on this or nothing, there's no need in it. Hey everybody, if you're enjoying the content that you're watching right now, give us a thumbs up, write a comment down below, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and help us bring those numbers up. We really appreciate it a lot. We're going to let you get back to the content now, but if you do us a solid and do that right there for us and just take a minute, we would really appreciate you. Good morning everybody. Good morning to another beautiful sunny day here in the Philippines. And we had a couple really cloudy days that we had, we thought some good chances of some rain. I mean, it got way up there, high in chances, but we didn't get none. But we hear they got just a little bit on the other end of town and out towards Antique and all. We could see it out on the water, but we are still stuck in the dryness and the heat. And man, is the heat high. I saw a news story yesterday. Hold on. Got a water hose leaking there. Need to save that water. I saw a news story yesterday that in Thailand, all up through all of Thailand and all Philippines, all over in this Southeast Asia area, that the heat was so high. All of it everywhere was just scorching hot, and man, have we been feeling it. Man, have we been feeling it. There's Miss Mel over there. You see her in the distance sipping on her coffee. Yeah, well, we're moving on today with the project here. Let me show you a little bit what's going on. I didn't even look at it last night before they left. I was up here with them until almost the end of the day anyway. So we're getting all this steel prep everywhere, putting dowels in. We got more to do today of right where all of the walls are going to be, and we need to get the steel prepared for going up into the walls. So what we got right here is these dowels sticking up is where the steel grid will come up and be tied for the walls. These are going to be 4-inch thick walls, so we need these at 2 inches in the middle right here, and they're tied with 90s bent on the end, and they're to the inside of the beam. Now yesterday I want to make sure that they've been centered up a little bit better if they had been to the outside of the beam, but the strength wise would have been lost. Say we had an earthquake, they would just all be held onto the outside of the steel with tie wire. Man, that could just all pop and shear right off. So they are tied in to the inside of the beam, and they're hooked under the steel so they can't pull up or off right there. And we got them spaced on 1 foot intervals for the wall here, coming down through here. Now we're going to have some interior walls too that we're also going to have to get nylons pulled today for, where the restrooms are going to be, where the little stall for the toilet, the stall for the shower, all of that. We've got to get it all in place. They got a little bit more steel to tie in the corner back there. So tying steel and dowels, marking exactly where openings are, is what's going to happen today. We're short one of the brothers on the crew because I kind of put my foot down with him. I love him with all my heart, but man, I put my foot down with him because he was kind of taking advantage of the brother-in-law situation. And it's also bad with the rest of the crew because he's just coming and going as he pleases. He just shows up and works whenever he wants. You know, if he woke up and said, hey, I'm gonna go fishing today, he just goes fishing, and then I don't have any help. And when you're trying to plan and pair off people to work, and you're trying to pre-plan what you're going to be doing, you can't work like that. And by allowing him to do that, then another brother started doing the same nonsense. Oh, you know, my one brother caught a really good fish today that sold for good money. Instead of working today, I'm going to go fishing because I'm jealous because he caught a big fish. And just don't show up on you. You just don't know that you're not even going to have help. And then, because they're just looking for that quick, momentary cash in. And then you get the same thing with your other laborers that are not your direct, you know, like brother-in-laws like they are right there. It starts affecting them as well, because no matter if the others are relatives or not, the brothers are kind of carried as a little more regard here because it's my wife's brothers. And so they kind of set the trend. And if the brothers are goofing off, the other laborers goof off. It's like one of them, I'm not going to call any names, one of them, like, he'll want to call break sometimes 10 minutes early, and he wants to show up 15 minutes after as well. And so he keeps the rest of them, he calls all of them on break early, and he's the one, when he gets up to go back to work, is when they get back up to go back to work. So a bad apple can spoil the bunch. No matter how much you love them, sometimes you've got to draw a line. And it had just got worse and worse and worse. It was not getting better, no matter how much I tried to talk to him and finesse with him and not to have tempo or drama or nothing. But enough is enough. I can't plan my days, and I can't work around the days that he's not hungover. And then that was the next issue. You know, he would always, there's always a reason to be drinking, right? And I know that's common throughout the country here, but it doesn't mean I have to deal with it. And so there's always a reason to be drinking. Always a new reason to let's drink and get drunk. And that's the thing. I mean, they drink until they're totally wasted. And then, of course, even if he does come to work the following day, which usually not, he'll come half day, he'll show up after lunch. He's useless. He's hungover, he's grouchy, he's hurting. You know, that's what we'll say, you're hurting, you know. Yeah, you got the hurt on. And he's trying to find the smallest task possible he can do. He's trying to stay out of the sunlight, you know, because he's hurting. And your job's going to be hurting, and your wallet's going to be hurting, because you're paying this person to basically do nothing, or do the bare minimum. So I finally had to say something to him. He just shows up whenever he wanted to and doing whatever he wants to do. And I kind of scolded him, and of course he got butthurt, and the others got really quiet, and everything's been working smooth here at the moment. Now, would I work him again? Probably, because he's family, you know, probably because he's family. And I care about his family. I care about his sons. I care about his, you know, his wife. His wife was here doing laundry for us yesterday. But he needs to be respectful. We don't have to give him this job. And that's the thing. No other builder or construction crews around want him to work, because they too, he's marked with them, even prior to me being in the picture, that he's not a hustler, you know. He don't get after it, you know. So if I don't keep him working, nobody else does. So what we're doing here right now is we got nylons pulled here. I mean, nylons is like fishing line, represent exactly where walls are going to be, and then we're going to get the steel tie for this front wall across here, and where the door openings are going to be, we need to skip it and put the steel coming up in the front wall. Then he's going to come over 10 inches, put another one, because we want about a foot finish inside the room before the door, and you want enough room for curtain and stuff to slide back. And then you want that steel 2 inches back from that opening, so a foot wall right there, a 1 foot wall, you need the steel over at 10 inches. If you get it over too close to, and you have to drill in anchors and all, you're always going to hit the steel. And you always want your steel 2 inches in anyway, for strength and integrity, and to keep moisture and stuff from corroding it. So that's what we're doing there right now, because we want it to hook under. That's it. Go to. It's going to be 10 from this one. Yeah, so we'll hook it around over here to this side. Yeah, right there's close enough, tied to that one. It's close enough. It don't have to be absolute dead on. The main thing is too that you get good strength. Yeah, watch out, don't cut your hand, back of your hand on that. And you see we all have our safety shoes on. Hey, we have to watch out for that one line up there, the fiber, when he pulls out. Yeah. So this is our small stone, and he said they washed it really good, so as you can see the water running out of it. Here it goes. Yeah. Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, I like it. Nice size, good size aggregate. Boy, lots of those ants. Man, just dropping on you even. They're all over that tree right now. Just falling down even. Standing underneath this talisay right now, I'm just getting ate up with those big ants. Hey, y'all be sure to watch that fiber line up there. Hey, don't let him hang that. All right. It looks good. It looks good. So the sand, yeah, we'll put the sand right here. Yeah. Good. Thank you, man. It looks good. Yeah, it's really, it looks like some good aggregate, man. A nice mix. Give you a view with my hand here in it. You can see it's a nice mix on it. So many of those ants here right now. Yeah. Ooh. Ow, one just bit my foot. Man, he dug in hard. Yeah, you can see that's full of dirt. It's that old load that was dropped here that time. Yeah, you see that's just dirt. No good. So for you that don't know, back a while back when we were building that Nipa hut out there at the beach cabin, and we needed a load of ready mix for some little pourings and projects we were doing. and they delivered me this ready mix. Now what I call ready mix, and I'm using their terms here in the Philippines, meaning that it's sand and stone, sand and aggregate already mixed together. And they delivered this here and I refused it. I told him don't even dump it off the truck, but he dumped and left anyway that time. Not this guy, somebody else. Whew, man, there's a lot of those ants. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the same 1, 2, 3, and Sahara in it. Yeah. And so they left this on me, and now it's just piled here. Eventually I'll find a place to use it for backfill or something like that. But you got to really look at these things. Now on this big slab, we're not using ready mix. We're going to mix it ourselves so we can get a proper measurement on our concrete. So on this slab, we're getting clean stone and we're getting clean sand, and then we're going to mix that in our proportion ourselves, which is 1, 2, 3. So that washed down stone right there, aggregate, that's considered 3/4, but it's got smaller mixed in with it, meaning, you know, the largest size in it being 3/4, so we can get it down through all the steel good and all. That is 1,200 pesos per cubic meter, not for square yard, not for cubic yard, but for cubic meter. See, we got steel here. It's a nylon. There will be a wall. There is a gap right here, sliding glass door, a little wall, sliding glass door, a little wall, sliding glass door. So we are getting it worked in now. We still got to get this steel bent down here, but we can do it later though. Those 3 pieces, these 3 coming up from that column down below, they're not going to be in the wall. In fact, they're right in the middle of where a sliding glass door is. So you see how he bent these other 3 over? We're going to do the same thing. We're going to bend them out over here onto this front deck, and it just ties it all together anymore. Can you imagine how strong it is tying that way back every direction? So right now, Joel's waiting down in here, and what we're going to do is underneath here where all these big archways are, and on top of those existing columns down in there, we are going to go ahead and pour these in up level to this plywood deck right here. That's what we decided to do so that we can get all that poured, and all that can add strength for when we pour the deck on top of it. Man, this thing is so mega strong with all those cantilevers. Your beam is so big and broad right there. It's absolutely great. Right after, just try to do what we can now. We'll have to get them after lunch. No need to leave right now. Yep. Huh? You didn't get them earlier? No? Huh? I thought you were going to get them today when you went. You forgot? Memory got. Hey, next time you eat the luncheon, be sure to eat the brain. Add more memory.